If you are a seller in 2023, you must understand that there are 8 ways we will talk today to improve the value of your home and get the maximum amount of money for your property. Let's jump it in. I'm Adil from the Edge Property Group, and I want to do this special vlog for those people who want to sell the property in the year 2023. Number 1. Revamp the entrance of your property. So some houses, when they go on the market, the sellers are pretty concerned about the internal of their property. For example, the living area, the kitchen, the bathroom, that's perfectly all right. But you should also understand that the curb appeal of your property has the lasting impression on the minds of the buyers. If your home is dull or lackluster, make your entry more memorable and more welcoming for the buyers. How can you do that? For instance, if you have an old paint, you can change it. You can definitely make an impression through a new paint on the entrance. Throw some greenery, some natural plants, or the big sort of like pots over there. That would make some differences in the mind of the buyers when they come and visit your property for the open homes. On the other hand, if you do not have an issue regarding the budgeting of the entrance of your property, I reckon if you have a big entrance, maybe the stairs or something or the other, you can actually put a deck over there, small deck. Maybe just change the old brick style front of your house to the render finish. Just put a small stool, maybe a plant or two, maybe the big pots or something like that. Just throw some ideas on the curb appeal of your property, which will get you the maximum amount of money, because the first impression in the buyer's mind is the last impression. So point number 2, how can you actually make a difference in 2023 with your home? Improve your fencing. Regarding the old properties, which are like 1960s or 70s or 80s properties, normally we can actually observe that most of the fences in those properties between the neighbors' houses are usually timber. But they are pretty old, rough timber. They were not being painted well, something or the other. If you have an issue of the budgeting of that thing, that how can you actually do that? I think you should actually take some paint. The paint is properly available. 10 liters of the paint or 15 liters of the paint is available through Bunnings or the other places, maybe $200 or $250. And use your own painting skills there on your fences, because it doesn't make a huge difference. You can start painting that fences, which would make a huge difference. One of the things I have actually reminded one of my sellers, never ever paint your fence in a light color like white or cream. Never do it, because that doesn't look very well. So based on experiences and meeting most of the buyers in day-to-day basis, I have realized one of the factors that the fence paint in your house or the backyard or something or the other should be darker in color. Charcoal gray, maybe dark green or something like that. So it should match to the gutters of your property or some of the other thing, but do not do this change that the gutter of your property, like your house, is actually monument and you are painting the fence with your own hands as a red color. Don't do that. It doesn't match and it doesn't go with that. So you need to minimize the number of the paint in your property. You should have at least 1, 2, or 3 different contrasts of the paint with the white color. So if you do that, the value of your property increases, because if you have a darker fence and then you have greenery in the property at the backyard, it will give you top dollar when it goes on the market. Point number 3. Now, breathe some new life with the paint. Choose the light, neutral paints in the property. Based on experiences and meeting like lots of buyers who bought from us, and we have interviewed a lot of buyers for the last like 2 or 3 years, who have bought the properties from us, and we ask them number one question: why did you buy from us? So the kind of like business intelligence they shared with us is actually, we like your property because it has all the neutral tones in the interior. And your home was very soothing when we were walking with our family. We could easily like figure out where can we basically put our furniture, what sort of color tones we can use in our couch and our bedrooms or the bed heads and stuff like that. So you should have in your internal of the property, you should have the neutral paints. So all the white paint if you can, or light cream, that would work. So that is my take about the internal tones of your home. And the reason of that is the homes will sell much faster if you have the neutral tones. One of the properties I was actually inspecting for the appraisal, they had 3 or 4 walls of the very, very dark red color. And I told them, like, when I entered as a normal buyer, imagine me as a normal buyer of your property, I could not see any other thing except the red paint. And the seller agreed with me. And he said, that you are 100% right, because that's a very, very dark color on our wall. If you want that your house looks better, in like bigger and neutral, you should have like a light tones in the property. So, which goes towards my next point is number 4. If you live in a property which is old brick and you can change it to the render finish, means completely plastered or like on the outside of the front of your home, you can try to do it. Transform your home and attract more and more buyers by putting the render finish on all the old bricks if you can. Leave some of the brick walls there as a feature walls or something or the other, or the red brick if you are living in one of the most amazing suburbs of Canberra, then you can definitely leave those red bricks there. But if you can do the render finish of the old bricks, then it would definitely attract more and more buyers in your home. So try to transform your home. Think yourself, if you are going to someone's house and that house is completely brick and there is no way it should look better, I would say, if it was completely render finish. More buyers love to have the modern rendered style of homes. That's what I'm trying to explain here at number 4. And I'm going towards my number 5th point is update the flooring. Long gone those days when people used to think like carpeted floors are much better. I'm talking about right now and the homes where you're talking about the like the living area or the formal lounge or the family room or the dining room. So try to avoid putting the carpets there. I mean, like fresh flooring with neutral tones, not too dark flooring because it has a scratches and everyone can see it. I would say the light gray color, light like timber color would look much better. Flooring are very, very cheap these days. If you ask someone to go and give you a quote for the carpeting, it would be the same as the flooring. So do not go for very, very expensive flooring because you are selling your property. If you want to live in that property, you can go for a very expensive flooring because you want to appreciate that home for the next 10 years or 20 years with your families and your kids and their kids. If you want to keep that house for the generations, you can have like very, very expensive flooring in that property. But when you are selling, I mean to say, then go for like good flooring, like some sort of hybrid flooring, I would say. That would not be too expensive in this market. And I would say this would definitely give a value to your home if you have some sort of hybrid flooring. Looks like wood or looks like hardwood flooring, but it doesn't. And that would definitely change the perspective of the buyers when they walk into your home. So that's one of my points, number 5. So number 6. Replace the kitchen and bathroom fixtures. If you are not doing the huge makeover in that property, I would say that replace the bathroom fixtures at least. Do not do the tiling or the floor to ceiling tiling and stuff like that. At least do the fixtures properly. Kitchen and bathrooms are, generally speaking, the make or break spaces for the buyers. They make their sane decision whether they want to buy the property or not based on one thing or two things, I would say: kitchens and bathrooms. So your bathroom should be neat, clean, looks beautiful, and should have new taps and new fixtures and new vanity and new mirrors, or like glass screen, or semi-frameless or frameless glass screen, or maybe the tap should be changed towards matte black or something like that. So you can actually spend some money on that place, because replacing the fixtures to create a modern look will give you definitely the top dollar you are looking for in the year 2023. So then comes to my second last point right now, is upgrade the light fittings. So what do you mean by upgrading the light fittings? If you have the old lights, like the houses of 1980s, there are so many new lights coming through, which are LEDs or like warm lights or something like that. That won't cost you too much money in a small house like a 3-bed, 2-bath. I would say it would be around it would be $2,000 to $3,000. You can spend some money, make a modern look to your home with the new flooring and stuff, and this would definitely add value in the final sale price. My last point, guys, is if you have a big house with a backyard, I would 100% agree with you if you can actually put an extension of that house in an outdoor entertaining area. This could be easily done with a small deck and a pergola. At least you should do it, because if your internal house is so nice, beautiful, people walk around, most of the buyers think like strategically. When they go into the property and meet us and they try to talk to us, they want to go in the backyard in the sun and they want to actually relax there for a few minutes before they make a decision. Does this house tick all my boxes? Yes, it has a beautiful entrance. The curb appeal is really amazing. Does it have actually got the amazing or the colored or the color bond fences which looks beautiful in this property? Yes, it does. It does do all of these things. Number 3, does it have a new paint, neutral colors and stuff like that? Yes, it does. And does it also have like a render finish on the front of the house, maybe the corner or the stuff like that? And it does look a beautiful look. Yes, it does. Or does it have the update of the flooring in terms of like the house when we enter, we did not see any carpet. We saw like the carpets are only in the bedrooms only, but we have a good flooring area. Yes, it does. Or does it have replace the kitchen or the bathrooms? Maybe completely, not completely, but bathroom and kitchen fixtures? Yes, it does. Or the last thing they see is, does it have an entertaining area for my family or my friends or my immediate family who wants to come and visit us from the coast, from overseas or something or the other? Yes, it does. We can have a small backyard or a big backyard with a deck and a pergola where at least 10 or 15 people can sit down and relax in the sun. So if you have those things, I would guarantee you in 2023, you will have a good chance of getting a top dollar, whereas other houses won't. So this is my take, that there are 8 ways you can make more money if you can do these updates in your property. I'm Adil from The Edge Property Growth and love to see you again. Bye.